The 9 successful years of President Jacob Zuma. The 9 successful years of President Jacob Zuma. Jacob Zuma's presidency, which spanned from 2009 to 2018, represents one of the most dynamic and impactful periods in South Africa's post-apartheid history. His 9 years in office were marked by a strong focus on inclusive development, social upliftment, infrastructure expansion, and continental leadership. While debates about his administration remain vivid, Zuma's tenure left behind a record of measurable socio-economic progress and institutional reforms that improved the lives of millions of South Africans. 1. Expansion of basic services and infrastructure. Under Zuma's leadership, South Africa made significant strides in delivering basic services to previously marginalized communities. Millions of citizens gained access to electricity, clean water, and decent housing. Between 2009 and 2017, more than 4.5 million subsidized housing opportunities were provided, and over 85% of South African households had access to electricity. Massive investments were made through the National Infrastructure Plan, coordinated by the Presidential Infrastructure Coordinating Commission, PICC, to build new roads, power stations, hospitals, schools, and broadband networks. This large-scale infrastructure drive created thousands of jobs and strengthened the foundation for long-term economic growth. 2. Social protection and poverty reduction. One of Zuma's most celebrated achievements was the expansion of South Africa's social protection system. By 2017, over 17 million South Africans, mainly children, the elderly, and persons with disabilities, benefited from social grants. This system became a vital tool in reducing extreme poverty and hunger, particularly in rural areas. The administration's focus on inclusive growth meant that the poor and working class remained central to development planning. Initiatives like expanded public works programs, EPWP, provided employment and skills training to hundreds of thousands of South Africans, helping them transition into formal economic activity. Three, education and youth empowerment. President Zuma prioritized education as a tool for empowerment and nation building. His government expanded access to free basic education and introduced school nutrition programs that fed millions of learners daily. The most transformative moment came in December 2017, when Zuma announced free higher education for students from households earning below R350,000 per annum. This landmark policy opened university doors for thousands of young people from disadvantaged backgrounds, ensuring that no child would be denied education because of poverty. Four, health transformation and HIV/AIDS response. Zuma's administration turned South Africa into a global success story in the fight against HIV/AIDS. His government expanded the public antiretroviral treatment, ART program to become the largest in the world, with more than 3 million people receiving life-saving medication. This initiative reversed years of suffering and stigma, helping to increase national life expectancy from 56 years in 2009 to over 64 years by 2017. His government also launched the National Health Insurance (NHI) pilot to improve access to quality healthcare and began rebuilding public hospitals across the country. Five, economic and industrial development. Despite global financial challenges, Zuma's government introduced bold economic initiatives aimed at transforming the economy. The 9-point plan focused on industrialization, energy security, small business development, and agricultural revitalization. The Black Industrialist Program was launched to support black entrepreneurs in manufacturing and strategic industries, marking a key milestone in economic empowerment. Zuma also strengthened South Africa's energy sector by diversifying supply through renewable energy investments and improving Eskom's generation capacity after the 2008 power crisis. Six, institutional and policy innovation. Zuma's presidency introduced the National Development Plan, NDP, South Africa's long-term vision for eliminating poverty and reducing inequality by 2030. To ensure accountability, he established the Department of Performance Monitoring and Evaluation, DPME, and the Presidential Siyahlola Program, allowing him to personally monitor service delivery projects across provinces. These reforms brought a culture of measurable performance into the public service and aligned government priorities with clear developmental outcomes. Seven, global leadership and Africa integration. Under Zuma's stewardship, South Africa strengthened its position as a global and continental leader. He played a crucial role in solidifying the country's membership in BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, ensuring that Africa had a voice among major emerging economies. Zuma's administration championed African unity through SADC and the African Union, promoting peace missions, trade integration, and infrastructure cooperation across the continent. South Africa's foreign policy under him emphasized Pan-African solidarity, non-alignment, and South-South cooperation. Eight, cultural renaissance and nation building. Zuma's presidency placed renewed emphasis on cultural identity, unity, and social cohesion. His administration supported the recognition of traditional leaders, indigenous languages, and cultural heritage as integral parts of national development. Community upliftment programs and heritage preservation efforts helped strengthen national pride and unity. Conclusion. Jacob Zuma's 9 years in office were a period of significant progress and transformation. His administration championed social welfare, expanded education, delivered basic services, and invested heavily in infrastructure and human development. Internationally, Zuma positioned South Africa as a strategic player in global and African affairs. Though political debates continue, the positive legacy of his tenure remains visible in millions of households that gained access to education, healthcare, housing, and social support. His presidency reflected the spirit of Ubuntu, ensuring that South Africa's growth benefited even the most vulnerable.